This has been a very busy week here in Congress. The Farm Bill has remained at the top of my agenda. We will be getting a full 5-year Farm Bill done as soon as possible. A preliminary framework has already been agreed to and sent to the Congressional Budget Office so they can give us an estimate as to what the numbers will look like. Once we get those numbers back, we'll make any necessary adjustments and finish the negotiations. It will take us a week or two to get through legal counsel and accountants to review the bill to make sure that it's ready to become law. The House and the Senate will then be able to vote on the final bill before sending it to the President to sign. I expect that we'll finish this process in January, which is why the House will be passing a short-term extension of the current law. This will keep programs intact for the next 30 days while we wrap up the 5-year Farm Bill. In addition to the Farm Bill, the House and the Senate came together this week around a 2-year budget agreement. The agreement is not perfect by any means, but it does show some common ground. It does not increase the deficit. It doesn't raise taxes. It does make some permanent reforms, but certainly not all that we were hoping for. I'm going to take a look at the details of the bill to see if it's something that I can support. And also, the National Defense Authorization Act is coming before the House and the Senate floor this week. This legislation is important to our nation's security and critical defense programs. This year's National Defense Authorization Act also includes important programs that will help address sexual assault in the military, including 3 provisions that I wrote and had included in the bill. The way our military currently deals with sexual assault just isn't working. The legislation that I authored helps to improve investigation procedures when dealing with sex-related offenses. It also requires the Pentagon to develop specific qualifications for individuals that are in those sexual assault prevention-related positions. It requires that the military review their sexual assault prevention training and education programs and also identify elements that should be used across the services. None of these reforms are a silver bullet, but they do take important steps in helping to address and to correct the sexual assault crisis that exists in our military. Now today I also want to note a small but a very well-deserved victory for the Hot Springs VA Hospital. On Tuesday, we passed legislation in the House that will preserve the Hot Springs VA through fiscal year 2014. Now it's up to Secretary Shinseki to do the right thing and to make sure that the Hot Springs VA Hospital stays open to help serve our veterans.